The floating axe head, based on 2 Kings 6:1-7. The sun shone warmly over the Jordan River as a group of young prophets worked together, chopping trees along the riverbank. The sound of axes striking wood echoed through the valley, a sign of progress and unity. Their small community had grown too crowded, and they had asked their teacher, Elisha, to help them build a new place to live. With his gentle smile and wise eyes, Elisha agreed to go with them. "Let us go to the Jordan," one of the men had said, "and each of us will cut down a log there so we can build a larger dwelling." Elisha nodded. "Go." But another added eagerly, "Please come with your servants, master." And Elisha replied kindly, "I will go." The air was filled with laughter and the rhythmic chopping of wood. The men worked joyfully, inspired by Elisha's presence. Among them was a young prophet, earnest but poor. He had borrowed his axe from a friend, determined to help in any way he could. As he swung his axe, striking deep into a tree trunk, disaster struck. Clang, splash. The iron head of the axe flew from the handle and vanished beneath the muddy waters of the Jordan. His heart sank. He gasped, dropping the wooden handle. "Oh, my master!" he cried out, his voice trembling. "It was borrowed!" Elisha turned toward him calmly. There was no frustration in his eyes, only compassion. "Where did it fall?" he asked. The young man pointed helplessly at the rippling water. Elisha stepped closer to the river's edge. He bent down and picked up a small stick from the ground. The men watched in silence as he threw it into the very spot where the axe head had sunk. The water shimmered for a moment, and then something incredible happened. The iron head of the axe rose to the surface, floating like a piece of wood, defying every law of nature. "There it is!" someone shouted in awe. Elisha looked at the stunned young prophet and said simply, "Lift it out." The young man rushed forward, reaching into the water. His trembling hands grasped the floating iron, and tears filled his eyes as he lifted it out. He held the axe close to his chest, not because of its worth, but because of the mercy he had just witnessed. If you trust God, comment, "Lord, have compassion on me." Moral lesson: no problem is too small for God's power. What was lost can be found when faith is present. Just as the axe head floated, God can lift the heavy burdens that sink our hearts, restoring what seems gone forever. Please like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment and follow for more.